Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's been some time. Hello, and welcome to WEL8. Of course, myself, Maddante, and joining me is Now, it will be Charlie. Hello, how are you doing, boss?
I am wonderful. Yourself?
I'm very excited. It has been some time, as I have said, and we have managed to get ourselves into WEL8. It's going to be phenomenal.
Let's go. We got 2 games up today, 2 best of ones. Who are they?
Very clean. Very clean. So to start us off, we're going to begin. So we can actually just run through, first of all, who the teams that are joining us, because we've had a little bit more of an additional set of fresh blood since WEL7. So a couple of names are going to be unrecognized. So we'll run through kind of the usuals that we have seen: Puffins, Wolfhounds, Pit Ponies, and the Rejects. They're pretty standard issue. We will get into them, as obviously we cover the games. The Goats, SEA Dragons, and Artists, welcome, and it would be nice to see them do at least put on a show for their first bout in WEL, because it's tough out here sometimes. It really is.
That's it. Maybe they can do some big damage. We'd love to see that.
I would adore to see it. And the first one that we do have up for you, so it is Red Kites versus the SEA. So the Dragons are going to be their first kind of show off to see what it does, and that will be on anyone's map, if anyone can guess what it is, with the map pool that Valorant currently has. It's 2 best of 1s. If we don't see this same map twice, I'd be shocked. But if you'd like to spoil the surprise as to what map we're going to.
It might be the Big Ascent. Classic. It might be the classic, age-old, standard. You know what you're getting.
For 5 years we've known what's been understood, and since KO has been in the game, we've known exactly what the compositions are. It will be the Red Kite starting on defense, so we'll get to see that in just a moment. And yeah, Ascent really. The composition has been the same for Yonks. We have occasionally started to see like the very pro levels come up with like Vice Deadlock to change up the composition. But if you haven't played Valorant in 3 years for whatever reason, people change. That's all well and good. Ascent's going to look the exact same.
Well,
so
welcome back.
You'll feel comfortable. Yeah, welcome back. Nothing has changed.
It's like coming home.
Damn right. And speaking of, here we are. And
Breach.
Oh, okay.
Instantly we're off.
Yeah, instantly we're off, and instantly a bit different than what I was expecting. Lovely. For the most part, SEA Dragons, Breach is the only one, so they're not going for the KO, which is interesting. It's
Red
usually
Kites.
KO instead of, yeah.
They've got that double duelist look going. I'm down for this. It's going to be a fun one.
This is actually the double duelist setup has been a lot for anyone that's been kind of covering or been watching VCT China. The double duelist setup's been started to run quite a lot by like the likes of XLG, and with the back of that support, Clove started to find their position back in the game. Clove used to be basically kind of a guaranteed pick. Being able to smoke after death, it turns out is really good. Who would have thought? But a couple of just tiny nerfs is actually enough to push them out. But we're actually going to be seeing as well, Livid on solo Sentinel Vise is an interesting decision.
Yeah, that map control not quite as secure, wide-reaching as the Killjoy or the Cypher. But that flash provides quite a lot for your offense side as well.
It's the Arc Rose is something that usually actually does go very well with characters like Breach. Yoru is a great example as well, because turning one flash is good enough, but the best way to play off the Arc Rose on attack or just off of a proactive Arc Rose is you set it up and then people try and shoot it, and then the Yoru flash gets you. So it'll be Avalanche and Livid are going to be the two players that we'll really have to be looking at, but. We've gotten in pretty damn comfortably. SEA Dragons that started us off on the attack as well. I'm very excited to see how this goes.
So we're getting up. We're getting the setup ready. Let's see what this Vice gets up to. I'm hoping to see something unique, something cool. But we might not see it popped. It looks like they're hovering over towards the B side of the map. Still got 15 seconds. Decisions can be made.
You gotta stop and think, because by all means, there's going to be a little bit of, I would say, kind of hesitation. Again, some of these teams are just getting set up for the first time. Again, SEA Dragons, this is their debut to the WEL, to the Welsh Esports League. So we'll have to see if there's any kind of jitters, if there's any, little bits of mistakes. Also, just if you're not warmed up and you miss shots, that can be a big enough deal on its own. Oh, yeah. There's no neon or anything like that, so there's not going to be super fast-paced kind of gunplay unless SEA Dragons really need to rely, unless they really want to rely on that kind of the Jet Breach setup, which normally neon covers very well. That will be up. For the discussion once it comes through.
Yeah, well, whilst we got a bit of a tech pause coming on, what can you tell me about Red Kites?
So the Red Kites have been solid around. I believe they've been around since, I want to say, at least WL3, but they may actually be very tried and true for the entire time. Most players are pretty, at least the names I recognize, unless there's been any kind of like big changeovers or kind of like handing the torches for the game, for the names, which we have seen a few times. It's not entirely uncommon. Sky is Blue has been phenomenal. Avalanche, I'm really excited to see. The capacity, especially with anything on Yoru, is always cool. Yoru's one of the hardest agents to play in this game, bar none. I would say the hardest. So Avalanche, I'm really excited to see if he can build up to that.
I think I'd agree with you on that one.
There's just such a high skill ceiling for Yoru. Gate Crash is like is one of the hardest pieces of utility to use in the game, no doubt.
The skill expression on Yoru just so much further than anyone else in the game. I love to watch a good Yoru, but at the same time, a bad Yoru that can still be quite entertaining.
It's two sides of the same coin, because like unironically, yeah, like the best or the most kind of skill expression in terms of movement, Neon's there. That's really it. Like Rhea's satchels, you don't really usually see anything fancy. Occasionally, like dodging a showstopper or dodging a piece of utility, it does happen. But Rhea's satchels are very much, built for their purpose. Jet Dash, the most complicated thing she can do is give herself a concussion by just dashing into a wall. That's really all there is to it. Yoru, it's whether you fake, whether you go for it, where the gate crash goes, how it's counterplayed. Yeah, the skill expression, as you've said, that ceiling's a million miles higher than anyone else.
Yeah, well, if your highest skill expression is messing up, then that's quite near the floor. That's a very short room.
That's a tiny room. But that means that everyone can fit in that room. You have the capacity to bang your head off that ceiling from everyone, and that'll be the big thing to see. Because again, Yoru as well, the flash isn't exactly the easiest thing to do. The team flashes on Yoru are probably the highest in the game, behind, and I say this with all the love, Bad Phoenixes. And I'm not saying anyone is a bad Phoenix here, but Bad Phoenix is very much when you accidentally throw the curveball into your own team. We are actually waiting, just as a heads up, we are actually waiting. It's just Emperors, I think, had a little bit of a DC. So once we get them back in, we will be more than good to go. And if anything, this is hopefully keeping a little bit of mental going in terms of SEA Dragons specifically. Red Kites are a bit used to this, but SEA, if they're not used to potential tech pauses, they may be getting a little bit antsy here.
Yeah, just you want to get in if it's your debut. You just want to start. You want to get it off well. This might be getting in their heads. They're having too much time to think.
Just point and click. Just point and click heads. That's when you think about anything else, that's whenever the issues start to come. If you just look at a guy and go, he's an enemy, and shoot him in the face, you'll cover a lot of ground. But the minute, as you said, you start to doubt yourself, you start to come up with all these ideas. Even the composition, it's enough for some teams to be like, oh, the composition isn't a mirror match, or do they know something we don't?
Yeah. Well, to loop it back as well, running that jet, you don't need to think, you point and shoot. That's the beauty of it. It all comes down to gunplay.
You've got the knives. You're in the kitchen. That's it. That's all you need to do.
Let's cook, baby.
Let's cook. That's all you need. You need one wee flash. You need one wee just any sort of backup, and there is definitely a lot of utility to back that up. For anyone that doesn't know, and it is a very minor thing, but it's actually been relevant enough that we have seen a steep decline in his pick rate. Breach's stun, so his fault line, the rechargeable one, 0.05 seconds longer to activate, which is the most meaningless sounding thing ever. Like 0.05, what? That's nothing. It's actually made such a difference. It's
a really big inconvenience. That stun was quite dodgeable to begin with, especially if you're on the edge. Now, if you're only really getting caught out if you're right in the center.
Or if it's right in the center, or like again super coordinated plays that things are stacked and you've got to worry about 12 other things. For example, Avalanche appearing out of nowhere.
You're blind, you're stunned. Someone's behind you. You're gonna get hit by it.
It's raw, and I mean, yeah, and Teho really did a number on it for him. Of course, we're not going to be seeing Teho, because if we do, I'd be mad surprised, because I like Teho, but he's not good anymore.
No, that drone, that's about it. One util agent, really.
Yeah, again, which is kind of sad.
Then again, Clove's also a one util agent, and we got one of those.
Then again, oh my days.
We're straight in. Okay. Hello. There's been a big brawl in mid. Empress died from mid.
We come back and Empress has got 2 of those, nearly 3 of those, and Red Kites have picked up the frags, and super aggressive play down mid, and SEA Dragons though have now really just been cut off here. They have to fight in Jimbo with the Sheriff here. The shot's not going to be too difficult to connect, and the stacks.
Roden left alone. What's he gonna do? Picks one and goes down. Well, I'm sure that was a wonderful pistol round.
We got half of it.
Yeah, I'm sure that was a beautiful execute into that mid fight.
If it happened that fast, I would say it has to be.
Yeah.
It would have been sick to see exactly how it goes down. But yeah, like a really solid start. Red Kites showing that they have been here before. This is not their first time. And the Dragons, it's pistol round. It's, you know, your first time here. Just you kind of have to just shrug it off and move on. And
Yeah.
Emperor's opting for the Outlaw.
I hope to see something big out of this. That's a massive investment after losing that first round.
Found them.
If that doesn't find the scan from Rika showing exactly why Sova has so consistently been picked on this map, even with the nerfs and the changes coming through, and SEA Dragons, they're just really tucked towards this B side, and because of it, all the controls actually go in the way of Kites. Doesn't matter though if Emperor's, you asked for value, and Charlie, you've been getting it. Yeah.
There we go. Thank you, Empress. That's perfectly what I wanted. And the pivot coming through over to that A side, drawing one defender back to B. They're stuck in a 2-2. Mid control belongs to the Dragons. We're getting ready for a big split here.
That it's gonna be Avalanche's hold, Avalanche's post here. Livid's got it. That is very fast. That was very clean. Avalanche only has a Sheriff to make this work. He's trying to bait everyone in with the sheer, but all the stuns. We mentioned the stun, and there it is.
Right on time. Okay. Viper's caught out by the flash, just stuck in the open. He couldn't get away. Outlaw just sat, not ready for it. Okay. Breach blind coming through. Really just securing that round for the defense.
Get your running guns going. Get your. I appreciate, honestly, Fanta Fruit Twist there. As soon as the breach flash came through, just hands off the keyboard. I respect it. Like,
I don't know what I'm doing.
It's not even like it's like, obviously, you know, at that point the monitor's turned off, but at this sort of level, you could easily jump around and panic and make shots whiff. Like, that's not an instant death sentence like it would be at the highest caliber, but I completely respect that Fruit Twist just got hit by that flash and went, yep, take the ult orb, take the kill, you're getting it. And it's a real shame because Emperor started off.
It was a good flash.
It was a great flash, and Emperor started off really well with the Outlaw, but Red Kites are just that consistency, that cohesion is no surprise at all from them that they've been able to hold that.
Going into this bonus, got quite a strong buy. 2 Outlaws and a Bucky. Really, this is going to be a pain for them to get through.
It's the smoke
Avalanche is sound the slide. He goes through, whiffs. Covered up by Rika. Jimbo catches a big 2. And there we go. A flawless bonus round. What more can you say?
That is a meat grinder. That's a brutally difficult push to make it through, but this is why what you would need to see from Dragons at this point, you would need to see Emperors kind of dropping the Cloudburst in the back towards Switch, dashing into it. The flash comes through from Taffy, you know, up towards that kind of upper arch area. If you walk through that like naked, which is exactly what Dragons just did, you will get mulched, which is exactly what just happened bit for bit.
Running into 2 Outlaws is not the brightest idea.
It's a scary thing to do.
Dragons forced down onto that low buy. Sheriff's in hand. Jumping out past the one-way. Avalanche dinged in the head, but it's not enough. It's not enough when that Outlaw is on the other end. The pit looks like we're heading back towards for another mid-fight. Another mid-A. Jimbo finds one.
Oh,
just getting ganged up on by these pistols. That's where the danger comes in.
One enemy
That's when you need someone like Gangrene just come in there for Gangrene to come through. Yeah, there you go. Gangrene managed to actually kind of let Jimbo, you know, I've got this. Let me cover the rest of this. And the fight for mid is always like the biggest deal about it. There is no KO, so there's no like flash setups for the jet dash, which to be honest, actually, I'm surprised because with Red Guides and the way they play, that would very much benefit them. They love that kind of pop flash play from main towards B tiles, and they've been fighting mid a lot. So I'm unfortunate that they're not going to be able to get to use it, but they are showing very much they don't need it. And Jimbo takes his initial fights. As soon as he realizes it's not going his way, he backs out, but then Gangrene goes, actually, I want part of this.
There's a beautiful one too. And we're getting ready for a 5-man rush into A. Dart goes rogue.
Goes to bind. Someone finds an enemy and bind. That's where that's gone.
Just the lockdown coming from this Vice util, it's strong. They're scared. They're attempting. The wall bait comes through, costs them a cloud burst, but that's what you want. Emperor's lucky to get out with his life. His head peeking over. That could have been devastating for them, but he gets one and gets out.
Yeah, he lucky to get away with his life, but he actually walks away with another life, which is even better for them. And yeah, the shots from Avalanche there just not coming through. I mean, it's the Outlaw. It's a weird mental thing. Aiming the Outlaw and going for the head's very weird. Like, it feels off because 140 to the body is like, if you've been damaged at all, then you're happy to go through it. But speaking of damage, speaking of it, this is what the Dragons need. This is what we want to see. The Paranoia comes through. That's excellent. Empress doesn't quite get onto the generator. Doesn't matter. The position control still very much there. Gangrene and Phantom Fruit are just trying to spray through the smoke. The door comes down, cancels it through, and with 20 seconds left, this spike is going to go down. The advantage is for the SEA Dragons. Empress having to try and equalize it up, but the positioning here, it's just trades for trades. Gangrene stands back up, and the turret opting for one, and it's actually the not dead yet from Gangrene, living up to its name as the frags are back and forth, and one person takes the cake, and it is the person that died pretty early into that engagement.
It was a beautiful execute. They took that site flawlessly, but then the retake, it was a dogfight. that was a mauling.
That's the thing. That's excellent take from SEA Dragons, but Red Kites are not phased by that. They were more than happy to play the positions, to play the refrag. Like Livid up on top of Heaven, just essentially walked out and just looked down. I think it was Ronan he shot in the head. Maybe it was Vibes, but he just kind of looked down and was able to kind of take that angle completely for free, uncontested, which makes life a lot more difficult. And God, you know what? God loves triers, and Dragons really are trying to get this A push.
If you don't succeed, try again. If you keep repeating stuff, it might work one time. Who knows? You're a madman, but it might work.
There could be a method behind this madness. I would say though, like, we've seen a lot of utility get used here from the side of Red Kites. We've seen the Sova darts. We know that Vise is there from the side of the Dragons. I would like to either see the lockdown come through to give them the space, or just pivot away from B, or pivot away and go to B. That's not the case. As the shear comes through,
catches him out alone, and he's just fed to the wolves, fed to the kites. Yeah, we're catching 2 with that outlaw. Keeping it 4-2 in favor of the kites, and they've got Gangrene on the luck. Boxed in. You knew it was there. That mental stack just keeps you trapped.
This is going to be
6-0.
It's looking to be a pretty decisive showing from the Red Kites so far, and honestly, it has just came down to, you can see the executes are there, you can see the theory. It's like Dragons know what they need to do. It's just unfortunately that cohesion isn't there. And of course, for a newer team like that, you know, Red Kites, they're holding the right angles, they're playing off of each other exactly how you'd expect. That's what happens when you've played as many seasons at this point. You know, Avalanche here is pushing through, but he's got the backup right behind him. He's not doing this on his own. Oh, the Yoru clone to fake walking away, and Ronan
he's got
underneath you.
Livid catching him. Oh dear. Oh dear. Poor Ronan.
Nice shot. Nice. That's something. It's consolation, but it's the only one it looks like they're going to get unless Vibes can suddenly get the clutchest ace of his life.
It's a nice little treat, but you need more than that, don't you? You can't. Really, the veteranacy of the kites it's on full display today. You can tell they're comfortable here, and the dragons just aren't.
This is another scary thing about Ascent. Ascent is just such a tried and true map that if teams are confident on it, if you go against a team that have, again, played as much as the Red Kites have, in theory, they are just going to have that numbers advantage statistically. They're going to have played this map more. They're going to have won on it more. That's where the idea of like maybe just throwing in the curveball. Let's play Corrode. No one knows how Corrode still works. Like why?
Yeah,
like, that. Yeah, who
why
knows?
not?
Who knows? Who knows why I'm saying Corrode?
Wait, no one's got prep time. Let's run with that. This is
okay.
Vibes gets a pick. Good numbers in the way of dragons. That's a good start. This is how you get it. And the
dash.
actually coming through. Riker forced back. Front sight is theirs. Beautiful blind from Taffy. Catches two. Does not clear the corner. Empress though, there to help. And Livid in a 2v1. Was a 3, now it's a 2. Oh, invested.
Oh, that's two pistols. The paranoia comes through. Livid. I'm surprised actually SEA don't push off of that because they only have the pistols ready to work with. Okay, the guns are back online, and the patience. And fair play to SEA.
Yeah. Good. There we go. They're on the board. You're over that little mental hump. You're ready to play now.
The first round is arguably the hardest.
Yeah. Your foot's in the door and kick it open. That's what I want to see.
FBI open up. Is that the meme of the entire of everything just kind of blowing up? And honestly, Dragons could do it. They've got a lot of ultimates here to work with. They forced Livid's Steel Garden out. They've got the Rolling Thunder. They've got the lockdown, and Fruit Twist has had that for a little bit, despite the not exactly like putting up the most kills. They've been playing off the ult orbs really well. So I'd like to see these ults get used. We've only got 4 rounds left in these halves, and you've got a lot of utility to work with Dragons. It would be a real shame to not get it. And here we go, the Hunter's Fury immediately popped, and Fanta popping Livid alongside of it. Emperor's using the updraft to get in. That's what I want to see more of.
Oh, but the Kites swung the numbers back in their favor. Swift pre-take. Back in a 2v2, a 2v1. 1v1, and there you go. There you go. Fanta cleaning up what was quite a scrappy round.
Okay. All of a sudden, signs of life.
Just said
I wasn't expecting that.
They got that door open and they just jumped straight through the window. This is what you love to see.
It was a bait. It was a misdirection. They seen the door open, and then all of a sudden, avalanches pop through. Actually, fittingly enough, Emperor's
no one's
has
holding the window.
No one's on the window, and Empress has actually just dove through it. Yeah, phenomenal stuff. I really liked exactly what I said in terms of like, you know, the cloud burst onto the switch and then the dash through, the backup from Taffy's flash. That was clinical. That was clean. That was the smoothest execute we have seen. And Red Kites could swing it back, but not quite to the same degree. And we've still got lockdown. We've still got Rolling Thunder. To be honest, Red Kites don't have as much to deal with. They've got the Hunter's Fury for the lockdown, but then the Rolling Thunder's still there, so I'd love to see it get popped and just go for a decisive push.
Yeah, you got your 4 in main. This is, if any time's the time to pop it, now it is. Just send it through. I want to see a quick fight, and just as we want. Just like we want, switch taken. But Kites holding down the line. They were prepared. But do they know about Fanta? Doors shut, he's had to reveal himself. 1, not 2. Gangrene catches 3 and cleans up the round. 8-2.
It's always such a dangerous... it's so dangerous doing that kind of mid-split and then going for the B execute, because if you leave door alone, you tell the enemy team that there's someone in mid. If you don't close that, you basically guarantee that, okay, well, they've left the door open because someone's going to rotate through. And if you close it, then you have to shoot through it, which is exactly what, unfortunately, Fanta had to do. So, solid stuff, but it wasn't just quite enough for them. And Red Kites, every time that the Dragons are able to get 1, maybe 2 frags, you can see how quickly Red Kites are throwing it right back, and
Yeah.
no
They're ready
patience
with
from
those
Avalanche.
trades. Clone spotted out. Just all slow in B main. Although
You should run.
2 working their way up A, they drop the lockdown, fake ult. They faking the killjoy ult, or are they rotating over?
Oh, that is the least amount of value you can get off of that ultimate. That's a bit of a shame, and it's getting worse. It's getting worse.
No space taken, dart missed. Heartbreak for the sides of Dragons. Forced to crawl their way back to mid. See
This has
what
been
else they
red.
can work with.
That teleport's been red. Oh, but he doesn't. He's not actually checking the back of the house.
Are you sure?
I was sure, but
He's snuck by. He's just gone all the way through.
how has this happened? What is this? He's checking now, but it's too late. He's on the stairs. It's Jimbo that's next to him, and Jimbo's still clear. Oh my! I mean, respect to not having the trust, but damn, that was a lot of work to clear out that single Omen teleport, and the Red Kites still have the advantage because of it. Taffy, though, not respecting it, just pops the aftershock, and Empress is carving up the rest of the Kites. Suddenly, a very doable round.
10 seconds left.
What a chef with those knives. Can he find a third? Can we get a bigger round out of him?
Last player standing.
Fruit Fanta unchecked. And doesn't get caught out by Livid. The signs of life in this team. The signs of life.
Last round.
I mean, that unironically, updraft dash into B site and to kill the Sova that's inevitably standing there is the best way to get on the B site. It always is. Ronin's ultimate, I can't believe that went down the way it did, but it was so comical that the value just wasn't there. Like, Ronin could have gotten 2 kills had the timing worked out for him, but it just didn't. It was just perfect from Reka there, and I don't think it was intentionally perfect. It's just unfortunate.
They just snuck past each other. Both of them catching a timing on the other.
Give me those guys.
Jimbo wins that mid fight. Takes down the enemy jet. There you go. Dragons should be neutered slightly on their execute. Especially running into this Vice Util. They have no way to bite the wall properly, except send Taffy through.
Taffy, is it safe over there? Taffy?
Are there any?
Taffy,
Hey, how many are there?
All
Have you
of
got
them.
spiked out?
That's and again, like, those small decisions, they have to run in to try and get the spike now. They have to commit to this, and Livid is going to just absolutely clean up, and all the ultimates. This is it. This is the last round of the half, so use them or lose them. And
Livid,
Dragons-
that was a lovely 4.
that was clean. That was clean, and unfortunately,
lovely.
Dragons chose lose them.
Straight into the jaws of Livid.
Oh, brutal, and that's the difficulty. That's what happens whenever you can't deal with the sheer and the decision making there. I mean, it was Vibes had the oil drone, and Taffy still got sent in first. Like, that's the decision making that you'll learn bit by bit the more and more you play. That you've got the drone, you don't need to send your player in as the drone. You have the drone. That's what it's there for.
Yeah, when you're down those numbers, you need to keep your head on. You can't keep going for hero plays, or you will lose your head.
Ironically enough.
More ways than one.
Who knows though? Maybe the setup, maybe just the Killjoy setup. I mean, this is the thing. This composition it's more set up for the defense, arguably, just because Breach can be a bit more proactive in the util. The KO flashes require quite a bit of setup to go for. Breach is much happier just to make it work, but if Dragons are able to make it work or not, that's Red Kite's decision. And so far, nah, they're not letting them give any space. The split was perfect. The push is there. Utility committed. And the jump up. Taffy good for one, but Jimbo playing off of it perfectly. And now the patience that we have seen from Red Kites time and time again. Spike is down. SEA. The Dragons are the ones that have to push.
Drones noted both of them. They're all ready for this. Flash not quite dodged, but they're down anyway. Beautiful. It's just beautiful shooting. It really is. They're calm. They know what they want, and they're grabbing it.
That's the trust in your team to do the executes, and you will get performances like this. You will see yourself, and that's again, we've seen a little bit of that come through. You know, Emperors and Taffy were a pretty damn solid force. That the dashes followed up by the flashes were very much there. If we'd seen it a little bit earlier, obviously you need to warm up and you need to grab that time. So it's a shame that it only started coming through at the end, but I could still see the Dragons easily, you know, bringing this back a little bit.
Yeah.
I want to say it's Red Kites' to take, but you know what? I've been wrong before, and I'd like to be wrong again.
But they're not out yet. They're still free to go from Kites. But Gangrene is tearing them a new one. Ripping straight through tree. Caught out by Vibes. Getting a bit greedy there, aren't you?
That was very greedy. That was absurdly greedy. Unfortunately for the Dragons, Jimbo is still able just to catch it up in tree. I would love to see the that, as you said, you know, that greed. Getting lost in clove smokes like that is absolutely entertaining. And there was an absolute dogfight towards that side of tree. But meanwhile, that's enough for the rest of Red Kites just to even go and take the site pretty comfortably, because the Dragons have to, you know, direct that much attention to the one nutcase that's running through tree with a Spectre. And Gangrene's actually not deciding he's happy not to fully upgrade. He's wanting to make some shenanigans happy with the shenanigans happen with the shotgun.
Well, especially when you're running into pistols, you do need to be careful, because if 2 pistols probably beats some Spectre. Most 9 times out of 10. Especially when you're lost. Gangrene's push hasn't worked. Emperor's holding down the line. Running, keeping that A site clean too. Kai's trapped in mid. And the walls are caving in. Working their way back to tree.
That was a nice there. Just every interaction going the way of Dragons here. Yeah, okay, that's a refrag from Avalanche, but there's still a lot to work with.
Oh, hello.
Whoa there. Avalanche got... Oh, he tried to gate crash. Okay. I was going to say, I was like, Avalanche got dragged into a different realm there for a second. The express trip to the Shadow Realm, but... Moving on from that, because the Dragons have put themselves another round on the board, and that did just come down to purely, you'd mentioned it earlier, Charlie, it was just gunplay, and it's nice to see that the Dragons can match Red Kites.
Yes, it's good signs. It's great signs to see, especially when you're at this scoreline, that you're still able to keep calm and shoot harder. Is that funny, my friend?
No, I liked it. I keep just because I've pictured the poster like they keep cam and carry on, but it's just keep cam and there's a vandal like beneath it. And so far the Dragons are making it pretty calm. Livid trying his best to push through, gets caught out by the smoke, and the mid control from the Dragons here is very clean. You can see Ronin and Fanta, that duo has been set up. They don't want to just let this work towards its own, and Red Kites now have to make a decision of who they push into here. The timing is good for one. The trades are there and the flash is solid, as Rake is actually the one to pick up the frag due to it, but there is something they have forgotten as the attackers. They have to wait for that long rotate, and Jimbo, overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
Rake are missing the dart, but he's still got a good idea of where they are. Just the confirmation would have been nice. Numbers away, Dragons spotted into hell, and Emperors is not one to miss that. Vibes cleans up the round with 3.
Yeah, they know what they're doing, and honestly, Red Kites by all means, like they've been showing, but don't get too cocky. Don't be walking into to attacker side spawn with your knife out and such. You're still against a team that have had a decent showing that can match you in the gunplay. You know, the Dragons really only need, I'd say, one additional round to cripple the economy of Red Kites, and all of a sudden the spiral could begin.
Yeah, look, they're already on the edge.
Yeah.
Only 2 players with more than 2 grand in the bank. It's looking unfortunate. Was the Dragons, they can buy for quite a few more. A loss won't hurt them. This is an important round for the Kites.
They do technically have a 6th member in the form of that not dead yet. Oh, Livid playing perfectly. The positioning, really nice, does get the shot out. They know Ronan's been there on that entire time. There's been no real change-ups. They understand the setups coming through. Gangrene, that's just a phenomenal shot and phenomenal awareness as Jimbo pushes off of it, but Taffy is there for the punish. Gangrene having to get that frag, but maybe, again, overzealous from Jimbo.
It's lucky to get away with 2 there, walking up. Beautiful first shot and a lovely trade to the second. Keeps the number advantage on their side as they leave Reika in tree with a Marshall. How interesting. That util not going to be there to help them on the execute. But you don't need a recon when you have a Euro out, do you?
Dimensional drone. The oil drone is in a. Oh my days! You don't even need Avalanche to do anything if Livid's just landing shots like that. Filthy stuff. Yeah, the oil drone's in a different dimension now. So is Ronan after Gangrene puts a bullet through his head. Fanta Fruit not going down without a bit of a fight, but
left
with the spike
in a 1v3.
Yeah,
Spikes down.
It's gonna be rough.
It's a long shot, but he catches another.
Oh. I started to believe.
Gangrene's just a bridge too far. I believed too.
I started to believe.
Oh, I wished I was willing it into existence.
I fully believed.
Match point for the Kites. 7 in a row, staring down the Dragons.
I mean,
They could make it.
I mean, there is a From the Shadows from Ronan, and we've seen how optimistic is probably the best way to put it with that ultimate that he is. Vibes has got the Hunter's Fury as well, and like the Dragons haven't really been you know, changing up their defenses and such as well. They've got 3 set up towards mid. They have the read pretty confidently that it is an A push, and they are right. So the retakes come through, the Steel Gardens popped to get the Red Kites onto the site, but Dragons have all the members rotated already. They've got enough utility, and Twist is in hell, just waiting for them. It's an aggressive push. The Tabby shuts down Empress, picks up another 2, picks up a 3rd, in fact, and just as quickly as the Kites are on the site, Dragons have executed them and brought them into the afterlife.
What a rapid round. That was one moment they were in, the next they were on the floor. That's the type of retake we'd like to see. And only 1 ult committed, and now Knives back online. Empress could go big here. 18 and 13, he's having a nice showing today.
You've got Emperors on that. You only need Taffy or Fanta, 1 frag apiece, and that's Rolling Thunder or the Lockdown respectively. There's a lot online, and Dragons. I respect that, you know, it is last round again. Every moment, every decision here matters, and Dragons went 3 stack towards mid, worked. We're doing it again, and we're going to sit here. And honestly, I like it. It gives them a lot of proactivity. It allows them to play off of what Red Kites are doing, and they definitely have the confidence to try and shut it down. And Red Kites are suddenly playing a lot more patient and split because of it.
Yeah, I like it. It's a good adaptation. You calm yourself down. It is match point, but it's not over yet. You can't get sloppy. You need that 1. And it looks like the B presence was just a fake. The spike in mid bottom.
It's down to Livid.
Group of 4.
It's Livid has so much to clear out right now with his own face. But if he can do it, then it's a big deal. Gangrene getting caught in mid. Taffy shuts it down, has the ult to pop if they so wish, but not doing it. And Livid the patience was beautiful there, and because of that, now
another one dropped. Taffy drops Avalanche, but Spike's not quite on site yet. Locked out, Livid. Dropped by Taffy.
Was on for the ace.
Nice free peat from the breach.
This is where someone says something pithy and we pretend to tolerate them.
There you have it. There's your
Go ahead.
There's your rolling thunder. There's your lockdown. These ults, they can just be cycled now.
This is exactly what the Dragons want. And honestly, cycling them is the most ideal. But if they do decide to pop literally all of them and get around on the board, great. Because the alternative is they don't and they lose, and there's no further rounds for them to do anything with it. So overcommitment at this point, in my opinion, doesn't exist. You get around on the board, That's good enough. And
That's all you need.
yeah, that's all you need. Wait, you need to do it 5 more times. But for the
True.
meantime, that's all Jimbo needs. That is a huge pick and a lot of space already opened. And the Red Kites have never been shy to abuse that. As you can see, the pivot's already being considered from that B site. Here we have them come through.
That mid not quite open. The alarm bot has been placed there.
Time to jump.
This is a nice little cover, but Shree side is open. That A vulnerable. And that's why they stacked 3 on the site. With the spike and the whole 5 people about to run into Fanta's setup. This might be a bridge too far for the Killjoy.
It depends purely, okay? The Sofa Dart's not going to get anything. The smokes come through, plays off the turret, the spray. It's close, but it's not enough. It does get some damage.
Gangrene in back site. The spike's going down. Everyone's in and they're all... You're forced to come from that from the spawn or break the door. Gangrene catches 1, swings out for 2, drop, pops the ult. Caught again.
Ronan sit back. Ronan says immediately, get back down, you are dead yet. The Hunter's Fury's popped to back them up, and Livid deciding to pop the Steel Guard, not even necessary. Reika picks it up, and honestly, from the way it was beginning, 13-7, a very solid, not unsurprising performance from the Red Kites, but definitely a very good first showing from the Dragons. And if they're new to this, which, you know, it's their first time viewing, they may not feel that way. I'm just going to tell you now. Good stuff, lads. Good stuff.
I am excited to see more from them. That was once they got over that mental hub. Like I said, once they got their foot through that door, the game opened up for them. It was what 7-0 at one point.
6-0 at the least. It may have been the 7th round. I can't, but 6-0 at the least. So yeah, as you said, like that mental, that initial foot in the door before jumping through a window is the best way to put it. Honestly, I think that is a really smooth way to put it, because it came through and then you could even see the confidence starting to come through. Like the utility, all of a sudden, it felt more purposeful. It felt more dedicated. It felt more like it was going through with a purpose. It was more deliberate. Initially, it was a bit hazy.
It was this is what we practiced. Let's send it, and then they adapted. They were playing. It was more free flow. I enjoyed it. They started shooting back better as well.
It just got better.
It was clean.
It just got better. It just got better. And like looking at the scoreline as well, I mean, you have Gangrene obviously popping, 24-12, insane stuff. But Emperor's up there in the 18-15, and a lot more assists from the side of the Dragons than Kites, actually.
Yeah.
So it is just showing that the setup plays were absolutely there, and you tighten up the mechanics, you tighten up the fundamentals, and of course you've now got over that first hurdle of being on live, of actually getting there. I could absolutely see them making a hell of a fight in the coming brackets, in the coming matchup. So as you said, don't write them out.
I'm excited to see more from them. Really, that like you were saying about the assists, Taffy on 9 on a breach. That's a strong showing. That's a strong showing.
Especially post nerf. Especially post nerf.
Yeah.
You talked about the breach stuns and such. That is absolutely crazy. But yeah, a very, very solid, a very clean first set. Commiserations and congratulations to the Kites. And we will be jumping now to a very short break while the players and such get ready, for we are on to a second best of one. And would you like to tell the lovely people who's playing and surprise them by telling them what map it's on just before we go?
I would love to. Is the Wolfhounds versus the Rejects, and I have no clue on the map. I'm afraid.
The map. Spoiler alert: it's Ascent. It's always going to be Ascent while we're on best of ones. So yeah, we'll be jumping back on Ascent in just a moment, ladies and gentlemen. And until then, please do not go anywhere, because it will be a hell of a match against two very, very proven and distinguished Titans of the WEL. We'll be right back. Hello, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to WEL8. Of course, myself, Madante, and joining me is still the Charlie. Oh, it's fun
Hello.
saying the. It's really fun saying the.
Oh, I'm glad you find my name fun.
Yeah, of course.
I think you've got an apology to give to the people, don't you?
I do. I have spread lies and misinformation over the internet, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm sorry. I will do it again, but I will also apologize whenever I do it again. We are not going to Ascent. So it was just the brackets selections that we had just defaults to Ascent because it's first in alphabetically. We are joining the Wolfhounds versus the Rejects, and it's actually towards Lotus this time.
That'll be fun. What a good map.
Because you were, Charlie, you were saying because you wanted to see Haven, and Lotus is essentially Big Boy Haven.
It is Big Boy Haven. I love Lotus. I love Haven. I love my big maps. I love that macro game. The intentionality behind it's a beautiful way to play the game.
Yeah, I mean that's your spacing has to be on point. Your utility usage, of course, has to be on point, and it has to be on point in every map. But like any of the bigger maps like Abyss, Lotus, or anything, you're not going to accidentally get utility that kind of covers multiple angles. As you said, it has to be deliberate. It has to cover exactly what you want to do. And oh my day, speaking of utility covering what we want to do, is Winter going to jump on the Tahoe and stick with it? I respect that. Okay.
Oh. Boo.
Lame. Imagine playing characters that are good. Lame.
Now, what was saying about this being quite a map that you have to know your spacings well? You said these are two quite storied teams here in the WEL. Yeah, tell me more.
In terms of it, so they are storied. I mean, Wolfhounds and Rejects have kind of been against each other. Again, very similar to the last match that we've seen. Obviously, that did feature the Red Kites. Same thing. These names, these teams, and these players have been on there for quite some time. Winter, from the side of the Wolfhounds, has been one of the most dominant players the WEL has ever seen, straight up. Has been a phenomenal player and just really consistent. Meanwhile, the Rejects over there getting to see Kaiser and actually getting to see the RJCT, because I think that's one of the first times they've a lot of them have had it kind of in their name. So it's cool to see that is getting a bit more solidified as a team foundation. And speaking of solid team foundations, the compositions are a bit wild, and I really love to see the difference that Lotus forces compositions to become.
Yeah, let's see. We got a bit of Breach Neon, rolling it back a couple of months. I quite like to see that.
Mm-hmm.
The chamber. Let's see what we can cook up here.
It's solo Sentinel Chamber is essentially just it's fight and die on mound, so towards that C site, because trademark is it's nice, don't get me wrong, but it usually goes down towards the B site just to prevent that initial explosion from the attackers coming through. Hopefully actually with Dippy on the Vise, and we'll be able to shut that down and not really find any concerns with the trademark. Once it comes down to that defense side for the Rejects, though, it's going to be very much down to November just to keep that control. And what we always see on Lotus, no reasons to follow it up, but the util spam towards A, it will always be the best way to start Lotus.
Yeah, well, Chamber often add in like a second duelist, especially on this attack side. Even more so now that the trademark buff has come through, and it stays active everywhere.
Is it universal?
It is universal now, so you can probably hold flanks with that now. And remember, not quite getting out, Winter shutting him down.
Spike down.
This fast flank just tore the Rejects apart.
And that's the Wolfhounds. That's the Wolfhounds we would expect. Winter, no concerns there, immediately followed up. And when you've got when the Omen is further pushed up than the Neon, that's a level of confidence, that's a level of belief that, yeah, the Wolfhounds are known for. They have always been like one of the highest performers of the set. They actually, as well, that is just a really solid read, and you now get to see the setup from them as we push towards the second round, because you can look at the setups. Unfortunately, the DC has came through. We'll see if the timer gets paused in time.
No, not quite there. a little 5v4 brawl coming into A main. This would be interesting to see. Dippy holding this angle, but no one will be there to feed.
Hessian's coming
See,
through, and the hesitation just at this point, I believe rejects. You can look at how like all of them are aiming their guns at C. They are already traumatized.
Maybe they're waiting for a quick return.
It's a good flash. It's a good flash. It's a good shot.
Guys opens the round up with 2 unbalanced in that nice little off angle, and Winter's here to catch the other side.
Last player standing.
November has been
left.
November has been clean. Holy moly! November has been really good at getting that and jumping out. We do get the tech pause after this, but they have to fight it out. They have to fight this out for the spike. November's got it. He knows exactly where it is, but he has no clue where Dippy is. He has a feeling, but Dippy's got the spike. Yeah, he's got that aim down sight, and the outlaw is not. November's not going to be able to teleport out again.
No. That was a very, very costly round for the Wolfhounds. If we can see this coming into this buy, this should be a clean one for the rejects.
It's possible, and this is the thing where the Wolfhounds, when it seems a bit more kind of guaranteed, the Wolfhounds are more willing to mess around and try the wackier strats. running it down first, like pistol round towards the attacker side spawn is pretty indicative of them, but they are happy to do the complete setups. Like I wouldn't be surprised to do a 5-stack towards B just to try and then get the fast rotates come through, and with unbalance on the neon, the rotates are super quick, and once Winter gets the From the Shadows online, it'll probably be the only time that ultimate actually gets used.
And it will be a good use for once.
For once.
Not something you get to say often. That was a valuable omen art.
It's
quite a common sentence, is it?
No, it's not. It's. I would say in the same way, and I believe that I would assume you would agree with me on this, Charlie, as well. That we were talking about, Yoru, the highest skill ceiling in the game, Omen's all the worst in the game.
Yes. Yeah. No, I completely agree.
I'm always curious because occasionally I get Omen like alt defenders. There's occasionally people that are like, no, his ult's really good, and then I ask them why, and then they always tell me the play that the other person does when the Omen's alt. Like, they're like, it's such a good ult because like this person got the kill, and I'm like, but what did the Omen ult do? And they're like,
Well, I would love to be an Omen ult defender, but then I think, and I forget. I simply forget.
It's the only ultimate I believe that we genuinely, and that's the thing though. It shows how powerful Omen is because he has the worst ultimate in the game to the point where like teams will opt just to not use his ultimate in a half, and that's okay, which is wild.
And still a dominant agent. You don't need it when you've got all that util. It's like it's a buffed util, right? It's a buffed TP, and the TP is not the most valuable bit of Omen util, but it's good enough.
It occasionally does shenanigans, especially with Fade. Omen Fade is by far probably my favorite like duo setup in the game because like the Nightfall shenanigans are so sick whenever they're played well. But yeah, as you said, like you've got the silent step, which is the TP, then the ult, which is above TP. Both of them are arguably not the best, and yet the Omen Smokes and Paranoia are so incredibly strong and so incredibly good to play off of that he still just finds so much love. And I can imagine Omen's actually created quite a hassle for the dev team to come up with new controllers.
Yeah, you try. You bring out Clove. You try something brand new, something not seen before, and it's just you just don't push him out. What if these smokes come out after death? What if death is not a barrier for you?
Oh, it's still that good?
It's still Paranoia though.
Yeah, but what about my blind? What about my blind is the only answer there, and that's I really appreciate you brought up Clove, because like Clove did get like a lot of love. Like they came out and they were really strong, but even then they were played with Omen. So it wasn't even as if it was strong enough. And Clove was really strong. Like before Pick Me Up got nerfed, like Clove was pretty much guaranteed. But the double controller, because people still wanted to play Omen, despite the fact that if Clove died, you still had smokes. But Omen is still that consistent that that teams were happy to like completely change the compositions around it. It's honestly absurd to think about.
But the strongest part of Omen is that he's fun.
To play, I think all it takes is one shotgun where you're the one that gets teleported into and then shot by a Bucky, and then all of a sudden you're wishing for like a pick ban and you're wishing for an agent ban in this game, and you would just solely use it on Omen.
Well, then pick up the Bucky, do it yourself. Let's start movement. Let's start movement. Let's bring everyone into Omen players.
I mean, honestly, I believe everyone should have a pocket Omen at this stage, and I don't know what Riot would have to change to get that different. I think having a pocket Omen is just never a bad call.
No, you're completely right. You're completely right. It's just good. He's a perfect fill agent as well.
Yeah, it's like oh, you could come up with something that's like, we've got like 2 initiators, we've got something. Who's our pick Omen? Yeah, like he should probably already be on the lineup somewhere, but pick Omen.
He should have been number 1. He should be number 1 in your lineup. But put him at number 5 as well. Get 2 Omens on your team.
And 2, 3, 4. And 2, 3, 4. Like, because that's the thing, like any other controller, like Astro would probably be the closest example of like the last time. Like Clove, as you said, there was like, you know, the Not Dead Yet and such, like there was quite a lot done, but the limited range for smokes is such a big deal. That's why Brim, unfortunately for him, doesn't get any love, except on Bind, which I'm glad that's...
And Fracture. Don't forget Fracture. Not in the map pool.
I would try my best not to forget Fracture, but Riot keep forgetting Fracture, so I think I'm allowed to occasionally forget Fracture. But you're absolutely right, and it would be nice to see. Honestly, it would be great seeing Fracture back in the map pool. I imagine we will get it back pretty soon, but we've got. I think Icebox is getting rotated out next, but Icebox is always getting rotated out. Icebox, even when it's not in the map pool, they find a way to rotate it out.
Good.
Yeah, Icebox definitely has strong opinions, and
let's rework it. Let's rework it.
It's the only way to guarantee. It's the only way to guarantee that it gets removed from the map pool is it gets reworked.
To delete it from the game.
No, well, no, to rework it. That's what happened with Sunset. Sunset got reworked,
True.
and then like a week later, Riot were like, "Look at all this effort we put into, and look at how much fun this map is." Oh, it's gone.
You're not playing it now. Look how fun this will be in 6 months' time.
Whenever Abyss gets reworked, I can't wait to play Sunset again or something. It's got to be wild. And occasionally, I mean, we're talking about maps there. There's one map that everyone has kind of forgotten about, except for the absolute lovers, which is Breeze. And
I've tried my best to forget Breeze.
I'm very impressed with people that like Breeze. I do think Breeze. And I will say, I'm not the biggest fan of Breeze, but Breeze does get hate because of how dumb Chamber was.
Yeah. No, but also, I think it also gets hate because it's bad.
I was trying my best to defend it, but you're so right. It's not a controversial statement. It's not. It's a really harsh. But I would like to see what Breeze even just plays like now that Chamber doesn't run that show. Like, it would be pretty different, I'd imagine, because trademark and everything, you know, kind of runs through. It would be interesting to see if they open or close Tube again, because that seems to be something they can't decide on.
I don't know which one I hate more.
What, Tube and Kiev? Tube and Kiev being open, or Tube and Kiev? No, they kept Kiev shut whenever Breeze rotated back in. But
honestly, I forget. I'm trying my best.
Everyone's been traumatized by it, but Fracture will come back, and at the moment, I think it's nice to see, because I think maps like Lotus has kind of came through as one of the most comfortable maps that teams have. Corrode will likely follow suit, because while it still is looking to get solved a little bit, we've seen so many teams opt for it because it's a massive map, and it's really difficult to rotate on. A little bit.
Speaking of massive maps.
Yeah, speaking of massive maps that are difficult to rotate on, we're back.
rejects straight through the door. That's their A main.
Winter is here to shut down the mid. You can take tree all you want, but it's the only angle you're funneled through.
You want. No Dink coming out from unbalanced. Looking down this back side.
No charges. Bring them down.
The Fade Juto just denying the plan, keeping it nice and slow. Gun recovered for Ash.
One enemy remaining.
Oh no!
Oh.
It's rare to see a Razor Vine kill. That is a nightmare. But Unbalanced has seen the spike. The comms come through. Everyone just collapses. They know where Atron is. That is a difficult round. A solid attempt from the rejects, but when Winter is just shutting down mid before tree has even been opened, your A site kind of collapses.
Yeah, you need to hold a couple of those lanes for it to be valid. Looks like the Wolfhounds are still playing without hypers, though. I'm not sure what the issue is. Have you heard anything?
Hypers might just be may just be what's the term that you look for? Conscientiously objecting. Pacifist route for a Valorant pacifist route has began. And speaking of a pacifist route onto B,
just once again, no contest onto the site. There you go, though. That sheer wall splits up the team, isolates the two, and they're just gone. Hunters
One enemy remaining. Spike down.
beautifully separated by that smoke. Spike is down and Ashren's just stuck in spawn.
oh, speaking of who is not stuck in spawn, though, I think Hypers is finally able to walk away, or at least will be at the end of this round. And yeah, unfortunately, Atron's gonna really struggle. Oh, shout out! He's back!
He's
back! And as soon as he comes back, Atron falls. So it's been 3 rounds Wolfhounds have been playing without their 5th.
And
Ash, fittingly enough, our 5th is back.
That's BM. That's BM. You're really rubbing it in there.
I mean, rejects deserve to know that they're against a full team again, but I know what you mean. It is a bit savage.
Yeah. Well, they were always against 5. They just had one human flank watch.
Look at me. I am the trademark now.
Where are you?
There we go. We got the Wolfhounds showing some hold onto that A side. A balance, dropping Kaiser through the smoke. Heartbreak. It's just unfortunate.
At the very least, the trade towards the C site is one, and oh my days, now the frags are just coming out all the way, every which way indeed. Winter and Hyper do have control of the spike, but they're from the shadows to grab the spike. Winter's got the read, and he's tried his best to get the cancel through, and he's found the timing. The spike has been tapped. Atron seems to have the read, he has the swing.
Beautiful. Oh, what a lovely idea to run the way to be, but it's hard.
I don't think it's been heard just yet, but Hypers has the read that he's doing it, but he has no. Oh, this is a throwback. There we go. The 180 comes through. Oh, he's still continuing. He wants to go all the way. No, okay. I thought he was going to go all the way around to Hall to try and get that fight, because Adrian Clients got that read down that he was going to Hall, and the decision from Hyper is good enough.
It's lovely. Just Adrian read him right, and he changed his mind.
And that's a heartbreak to like rewatch as well, because like like Atron's gonna look at that and be like, I was right, and then Hypers is just indecisive. Like, I was completely right on the call, and Hypers just didn't go through it. And now the ultimates are online. The overdrive plus the nightfall is a scary combination. Owen is going to have to hit this Rolling Thunder to shut down any sort of like super aggressive play that I imagine the Wolfhounds are going to want to do, and based on this stack, yeah, it's coming.
Yeah, this is 3-1-1. November left on his own to face down the hordes of the hounds. The body of the pack. They've already split. The rejects know where they're going, and they're forcing Dippy alone back.
positioning from Dippy to play around that utility. Client just teleports in though, and we were chatting about the Omen utility not getting the much out of it, and the paranoia. That's guaranteed. Winter, as soon as it looked like the rejects were setting up home, there's an eviction notice, and Winter is the landlord.
Evil landlord from Winter. 14-4. You said he was a force. This is unstoppable.
Winter is scary, and he plays off of his team excellently. Winter probably is one of the least. He has the occasion to overheat and like kind of play a bit, but Winter has a fantastic capability to, as soon as he knows it will be an overcommit to push, he just stops.
Well, the fight comes through all the way into attacker spawn. Oh my god, unbalanced. You got to calm down.
One enemy remaining. Spike down. C.
I mean, there was a line that was held there from the rejects, getting 3 frags on the back of it. It's not awful. I like the Bladestorm pop as well. Kaiser understanding that they have to do something to try and take that back, but the Tour de Force from November not really hitting its targets, and the frags just going the way again. The re-swings are going to be there. The trades are going to be on point. Wolfhounds are just a very clinical team when it comes down to it, and that's the thing where Unbalance is going mental, has been released onto the attack side spawn, but as long as he's got players like Ash or Winter behind him, he will know he's getting refragged, unless the rechecks just end up with the most beautiful shots you've ever seen.
All the Utah that flooded into A lobby, just, it was a masterpiece. They covered everywhere, nowhere was safe, and you didn't even have time to recover before Unbalance was in your face. A slower look from the Wolfhounds this round, though. And a slow...
My ultimate is cover going out.
Same from the rejects. Playing it slow, yeah. It's a patient round with... We're walking around with defaulting.
It's patient, but with Wolfhounds getting that frag, they did kind of get that swing, and this is the thing where Wolfhounds are going to force different positions and different angles, and any space they gather, of course, is that bit more information for them to work with. At any point, Winter could just pop the from the shadows as well and get all the info on rejects he wants. Unbalanced with a beautiful angle. It is a jump peak that is going to get dodged, but the information has been spotted out, and the Nightfall to get themselves out of this A main position. I love the decision.
The aftershock in an attempt to stall, it doesn't work when you're just running past. Wolfhounds are holding down the line, and Thunder is left alone. Oh, they want this bad. They want this bad, and Winter cleans it up. You said he was a landlord evicting them. He's knocking the whole house down.
These foundations are not solid. And,
he's turning the rejects home into a car park right now.
What is the flattest ground Winter can make? And yeah, we're really seeing it get put through. The Nightfall trade I really liked from I Am Thunder versus Ash, but it's so difficult to kind of push out and get that angle. A site is really wide open, so it's very easy for the Wolfhounds to kind of sidestep around the Nightfall, whereas the rejects, they'll kind of push through that bottleneck. And yet again, Unbalanced coming to meet them in their own spawn.
Good. I'm loving this aggression from the Wolfhounds into A main. Unbalanced finds 2. Got a bit lucky there, I feel. Lucky to not just get a trade, but a positive one. And Winter's just running it down again. They're boxed in. It's incredible. You had the flank coming in from Dippy, the pressure from Unbalanced. Where do you run if you are the rejects?
That's exactly what's happening right now. As Wolfhounds are playing just purely on their pace, and the rejects are really struggling to match it. If you want a suggestion, the best you can maybe hope for is wait for the Wolfhounds to get that initial kind of opening position, and then as the rejects you just swing as a 5, or even commit some utility to try and guess them out, because Wolfhounds are almost always playing as a duo. Ash is the only one towards his mid, and speaking of playing as a duo, the stun comes through and it's good enough to force Ash away, or force Dippy away. But speaking of Ash in that mid and Winter,
Ash doesn't need to be with anyone. He's got free. He's got free. Winter in the little corner, not cleared. gun juggling from Ash. And Client is forced to run once again. Catches one. He's done well to get the one there. 10 and from the Wolfhounds. It's hard to save.
It's a consolation frag. It's hard to say.
The rejects haven't had a foot in this game. They've had nowhere good to go to. They've had no one good they would rather run into.
Yes, even like your lowest performer is BigThe, and BigThe has been landed and BigThe's been very clean with it as well. Having the Steel Garden online, all of the utility has just been perfect from the Wolfhounds. It really has to be said, it's been flawless in the rejects. I mean, they've got that kind of more defensive setup with a chamber and the breach coming in, but they've still got a lot to work with. And BigThe, the proactive Steel Garden, the utility's been used. He knows they're there, and that is enough. He's going to push in. He has that feeling Kaiser's stuck, and he knows he wants to keep him there.
It's a very heavy investment from BigThe, but it stalled them entirely. Enough of the flank to come through. Who Client tore them to bits. The C-Maid fight is still going on. It's a masterpiece from their stall and their push. They're being herded like sheep.
Yeah, that's actually probably the easiest way to explain it. And you even seen like Client, and I believe it was Thunder, were kind of sitting there towards that mid side waiting for the flank. The idea was there, but then it doesn't matter that you've got the read on Wolfhounds. You need to dodge the flash from Hyper. You need to survive the utility, and Ash dropping the Nightfall on them from that angle. The Odins are getting pulled out. There's only one ultimate online, but it's unbalanced as Overdrive, and a full stack of Odins. Full stack of Odins.
God bless the rejects, because there drops one. Overdrive online. Pushing straight through. Adrin's blind. Unbalanced is tearing their way through. I have never seen Odins so fast. That's a slogan. You're not supposed to go that fast.
Match point.
People have been debating like, should the Odin be nerfed? And the answer is probably like it does do a lot, to be honest. Like, it can be run that fast, and people were saying with Corrode if it gets nerfed. Honestly, I think that play just there makes a far better case for the Odin being nerfed than anything else. That was again Winter and Unbalanced with a combined total of 41 kills. Let me do some quick math and see what the rest of the server is on, because I think it's lower than that.
Well, they've both got double the other 3 people on their team.
Yeah, so the rest of the server have 43 kills.
I see.
Well. So Winter and Unbalanced have 2 less kills than the rest of the server combined.
I think we should include that in a full half as well. That's domination. Oh, Dippy, he wants his turn in the sunlight.
I want up there. I want at least like 7 kills.
My go.
Yeah.
Lift me.
Mom said it's my turn on the scoreboard. Mom said it's my turn on the kill feed, and wait, what?
Mom says you gotta let me frag now.
Yeah, and speaking of, Dippy has kind of got his way basically all the way to the defender side spawn, and 4 members.
He just snuck his way.
Look at where the rest of the Wolfhounds are, though. Look at this.
Wait, they're giving him the ace.
Dippy might take it. He's got the clears. Okay. Owain is shutting that down. Oh, the timing. Wait a minute. Actually, Atron might have got this perfectly, but he'll have to run. He'll have to chase after the Wolfhounds to get it. But the rejects should have the information that the C site push is coming through. It's a big rotate though, that Owain's gonna have to make.
Teleport's ready.
How disrespectful.
That was pretty that was kind of toxic. I understand going for like, oh, they were maybe waiting for the flank, but all 4 of them stuck in that one corner. It's a bit like, come on, lads, come on. Like, positional advantage matters, and all the no, they're going for the knives. They're going for knives. Oh, what? Well, oh, they're going.
November's evened it up. They've got the numbers. They've won the round. The 13-0 thrown away.
Yeah, the Wolfhound's just very clearly not wanting that 13-0, and that's not, like, don't get me wrong, obviously great for the rejects to put a round on the board, but when you've got Winter, Unbalanced, and I believe, yeah, the only gun, that must have been a strat roulette where one player had one sheriff, and it was Dippy, and Dippy was sent to basically be an exterminator and clear out the remaining pesky rejects from the site and from the map, and he wasn't quite able to make it work, and the rejects at the very least are able to put on one, but I think the minute the Wolfhounds take this seriously,
they're taking of no space
Yeah.
and still uncontested onto C. It's not a brilliant look. Kaiser's holding down the line though. This is where comebacks are made.
Do you believe in miracles? Do you believe in miracles? Because it all comes down to that angle of Owen. He finds a second one on the Bucky. Unbalances position around the paranoia is perfect, but there's no aggressive push. And you can see actually November all the way pushed up on towards that mound. He has the information. The trade is good from Thunder and Winter, so the numbers advantage very much there for the rejects. Hypers gets away with his life, and Kaiser, no concern, doesn't even need to reload the Outlaw.
3v1 left with an outlaw. They know where you've got to go.
Oh.
Ooh. Here comes the stun. Trapped in your own smoke of an outlaw. Not an ideal situation, is it? Especially with a Bucky on the other side.
Yeah, so especially since you know Owen's got that Bucky and he's going to have to make the noise. It says the information the rejects know. But Winter could easily like do anything. He could get these frags, he could get the, you know, the trademark destroyed and then rotate out. He's not going to, and everyone's going to meet him. Oh my days, they're okay.
Here it comes!
Okay.
Judge from the skies.
I feel like you could feel the visible confusion there from November when he jumped in and he seen the wrong omen. Like he jumped in, he seen Clay. He was like, "Wait a minute, that's not the one that's. You're not the guy I'm trying to kill."
Oh, there's a guy who looks a bit like you. I'm trying to find him.
Have you? It's the SpongeBob thing where it's like the wanted. It's like the wanted poster and he's giving it the dirty look. It's like, have you seen this man? Of course I know him. He's me.
A 5-man push into the B site. Klein's got his work cut out for him. The util, perfect. And they've run them down.
Unbalanced wanted that Guardian as well. And I think because of that, the setups there, the spikes planted, the C's is good. Hyper is not going to have any concern. He does overcook a little bit, and it's Owen to try and hold out, but with the rest of the Wolfhounds just smelling blood and absolutely showing up for their dinner, the rejects unfortunately fall. A commiseration 2 rounds for them, unfortunately, is all they get.
48 combined kills for Unbalanced and Winter. It's going to be hard to argue against, isn't it? I don't know how you win that.
No, you fully just don't. And I want to see in terms of, because the first blood differentiation as well, that's always something to see. There were a grand total of 3 for the side of the rejects. They were able to find at least a couple, but
That's
if
quite
the
a good
rejects
conversion rate.
it's
66%.
Yeah, you know, it's certainly, we've certainly seen stats that are worse. But it just goes to show that Wolfhounds were just there for the refrags. Like, yeah, okay, you got the first blood, congratulations, but the Wolfhounds were there just to immediately go, that's all you get. And the rejects were really struggling to do that. And again, when you're playing a pace like that, when you're playing against a team that are that committed, or that cohesive, and Winter's also just insane.
Yeah.
You know, what do you do?
You've got to give Unbalanced his flowers after that.
It's quite sweet. It's quite sweet.
Those 4Ks were coming back to back to back.
No ace though. No aces though. The 4Ks were there, but no aces. But that's kind of something like you've seen that the Wolfhounds wanted the ace, and that's what happens when their hubris came through, when they fly just a bit too close to the sun.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's us, ladies and gentlemen. It was a pretty quick one. The initial fight, so Red Kites versus the Dragons. We can have a quick look through. I'm not actually sure if the brackets will be updated. I believe they're not updated. Okay, so they're not updated, but If you do just want a refresher on the brackets or anything, of course, then we can go through once everything does get updated. Then, of course, check the socials and such. Or if you're lazy, just check back next week whenever we show you the updated graphics, because we'll be doing this again in a week from now. And yeah, it's been phenomenal. We just before we sign off, anything you want to say to the lovely folks?
I've got nothing. Have a lovely rest of your day.
And from me too, ladies and gentlemen, we will see you in a week for more shenanigans. Excellent work from the Red Kites and the Dragons, and the Wolfhounds are showing that they have not had any concerns between between WEL7 and WEL8. But until next week, we will see you then. Have a lovely rest of your day, and we hope you stay safe. Goodbye.
Bye bye.
One enemy remaining. Spike down. C.
Off your feet!